At last. Oh god, static banelings. Urgh.
So, first thing we can note that Protoss does not have a DA, and I don't think they had a DT either, did they?
No, surprisingly, which is
A couple of
odd.
units you're normally always going to see in a Protoss composition.
I mean, I suppose a preserver is an adequate substitute, but we really don't have much in the way of stuns. We have
But
going.
let's go ahead and introduce,
Yeah, I'll introduce my team.
one here.
So going bottom, we have House as Zealot again. Crittering the bottom critters is Dagger. In mid solo is Galilmar as Preserver. Jimrat's Stalker is crittering the top critters, and SOB's DZ is taking top.
And for Team 2, the blue team, on the bottom lane, we're going to have Static playing Banes. The bottom critters, we have Sane as the Queen. In mid solo, we have Ski playing the Drone. The top critters, we have Val playing the Muta. And on the top lane, we have Lux playing the Lurker.
Alright.
And first thing to point out, both teams utilizing all the critters for their team, something you want to do
Yeah.
every single game.
Desert is a 2 crittering hero map.
Yeah.
Unless you're like Lings or Pred. But even then, early on, you can only get 2, so let somebody else have them for a while.
Exactly.
Um,
I mean, obviously, without 3 patches, you're not going to be crittering as long unless you're a hero that can eventually work his way up to getting more than 2 patches.
yeah. Lings can just barely get all 4 if you get Frenzy and everything, but it's kind of a pain.
But it's still, there's no reason not to utilize the experience of your team and let your kind of AoE or carry hero or something along those lines utilize the solo mid experience.
Yeah. I would say, I'd be tempted to say they should switch some lineups. SUB's already taking a lot of damage from Lux, but I think he should go bottom for a different reason, in that against Banelings, you really want an energy drain hero. I think he would be best.
Almost killing him there.
I know, that was really close. I'm not sure what he's doing. SOB needs to be careful with those drains. Oh, Lux, don't get stuck up there. Lux does not have energy for pull.
On the bottom lane, I'm fairly sure that we already had Static Warp at Bane out.
And he sets up his mid lane Nidus. Now,
So,
for most heroes, this would not be doable, but since it's Banelings, you can pretty much keep your lane pushed, so you don't have to worry about that.
Yep.
Dagger is setting up pylon and cannon slowly. Mid's not doing much since both have about equal creep clear. Ski will be able to take these zealots out pretty quickly once he gets level 3 drone swarm.
But the one thing you want to remember is normally you would expect. I'm not really sure what that drone swarm was about.
Yeah, you want to wait until they're locked in position.
A lot of people would say, well, I mean, drone swarm, that's one, the better AoEs in the game, and it looks like Ski's getting pushed. Well, it's because Galimar's facing Lings, and he can just pretty much one-shot those with a single AoE, which we're probably about to see.
Yep, there it goes. And ooh, Ski wasted that.
Oh, and Gal just missing what could have been a really nice ice wall.
Yeah.
Taking a look at top, we're going to see Lux and SOB in another engagement. SOB.
Lux is dealing a lot more damage to SOB than he should be.
But you know what? At the same time, SOB is going to notice now that Lux has no energy and he has Soul Drain. There's no reason for him to leave the lane right now because Lux cannot kill him.
He has free reign. It was just a little risky there early on. He came very close to dying.
Yeah, so I would hope and expect to see there we go. Lux is going to warp back. Go ahead and give himself a Nidus for sure.
And Broodlings? Do you think he has not Broodlings?
You know what? I would not be shocked to see Lux get Broodlings pretty soon.
Oh, let's see. He didn't get Broodlings. What a noob. I'm sorry. I can't watch this. Ski still hasn't gone back. Ski really should go back, just because Drone doesn't have the energy to support constant Drone Swarm all the time.
Yeah, there's really no reason for him not to go back early and get the Nidus. The earlier you go back as Zerg, well, any race really, the less experience you're going to lose, at least with Zerg and Protoss, because you can get back to your lane so quickly, or use the Nidus for getting back to lane immediately later on. Because I mean, if you do it before 5 minutes, or 5 minutes 30 seconds, you're not losing as much experience if you miss a wave.
Yes.
Because creeps aren't out.
Ski, Yes! Nidus and Broodlings!
In the Nidus and Broodling combo.
That's OP. It's been said. Um, let's see. What was I gonna say? Ah, I had something. It just fell out of my mind because I'm a noob.
Well, no surprise there. You are
Something
pretty.
else about Nidus and Broodlings. Oh, Ski. Oh, something that to note: if Ski had Swarm first and then Broodling Galilmar as he was trying to run out of the Swarm, he probably would have gotten that kill.
Yeah. Normally, when you go drone, uh, sorry, drone swarm drone with broodlings, you're going to want to do the drone swarm first, like Streen said, and then broodling them in. It's
Yeah,
going to give you more damage on.
and it probably would have done it. Let's see. Um,
Well, taking a
whoa.
look over here at Dagger already getting an upgrade for his team 7 minutes into the game, fairly early.
Yeah, pretty fast. But Sane has
So,
a lead on actual camps crittered. Sta Dagger only has one of them at almost 8
yeah.
minutes into the game.
Well, and that's because he went ahead and did the Ursa critter. Plus, I mean that's
Yeah.
really what is going to happen to a probe in SCV. Whereas Queen going larva, he can get the camps up,
Yeah, Stain can get him faster with the larva.
yeah, quite a bit faster. And
I
we're actually probably fairly soon going to see Val leave those critters within the next minute and a half probably, and Sane will probably start pushing over there to get some permanent critter farms up for his team.
I honestly, ooh, Lux goes down. Ooh, but SCV. Um, yeah, if you're gonna take on a good Zerg hero in a lane, you pretty much need to kill them. There's no point in poking them; they can get away. Uh, but it looks like Lux just didn't get away fast enough. Got a little too aggressive. Let's see.
So fairly soon we should start seeing some lane, maybe not switches, but you know, the heroes that are crittering are going to start coming either to mid or they're going to switch with heroes in other lanes, and those heroes are going to go mid. Right around 10 minutes, probably around the time a hero is going to leave a 2-patch critter map.
I honestly think they should have done a lane switch early on, sending SOB down bottom and Zeal to top. Now, Zeal wouldn't be great against Lurker, but yeah. He's having a lot of trouble with Static's Banes, and Static's pushed past the bridge, which is a pretty huge obstacle.
I mean, they are Banes. Either the Dark Zealot and the Zealot would both have quite a bit of trouble
Yeah.
with the Banes. I mean, considering he's going to forward Nidus, even if you drain his energy, he's just going to go back through and come back out.
There really aren't many heroes that would be great against Banes on this lineup. Looks like mid's gonna get pushed.
Yeah.
Flourish is using his summon meters to take out help take out some of the defenses. They didn't finish yet.
Yeah, we do see that Val did leave right around that time.
SOB goes down. House goes down. Bottom and top are now in some danger.
Yeah, Zerg is actually really strong early game. I mean, especially versus Protoss, it seems like.
Yeah. Looks like Jim's going to try to hold bottom while waiting for House to come back.
Unfortunately, that is not going to go over so well. Without it, I'm guessing Jim did not go Shadow Wave since he was crittering.
Yeah.
I mean, even though he is versus Zerg, and it is kind of strong versus Zerg.
Shadow Wave is actually decent, guys. Don't completely knock it. But, yeah, only get it versus Zerg most of the time.
He is just not going to be able to deal with these Banelings more than likely. In fact, he might just die here.
Yeah, that was really close. Glilmar almost goes down. Valorius almost goes down, but both of them get away.
Take a look. See Dagger actually trying to work on a proxy pylon. Unfortunately, he gets spots by Nidus. He's going to go up here and run into a lot of trouble.
Oh, jeez, yeah. You got to get out of there. But thankfully, Lux is not around.
Lucky that Lux is not.
Oh, but Lux is back, and what is he doing? He's just...
Dagger is staying in the lane.
Oh, well. Oh, thank God for that. But, yeah, that was really risky there.
I'm not sure if Lux had maybe been a bit faster, he might have been able to Broodling Dagger and then pull him. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Broodling have 9 range. You probably could have nailed him, but I mean that situation never should have happened in the first place.
Once again, right there, I'm wondering if Lux could have done a Broodling on SOB before he warped out and then pulled him and killed him with Val.
Yeah.
You know, He has Broodling on. He's just not quite utilizing it just yet.
That's the thing. When you have Broodlings in your Lurker, usually you want to lead with String if you can, just because it gives you a longer stun time. But if you don't think you can actually get them in range for String, then Broodlings has a longer range, and it gives you more time to get to them.
A little bit of engagement went down there. Gallimar not too happy about it.
Oh.
I think the wall might have screwed Gallimar himself. Ski caught him with the Broodling, and then the creep kind of finished him off.
Yeah. House really needs to... I don't really know what House could do. They really need to take out those forward Niduses, though. Or, I should say forward Nidus. It wouldn't do a whole lot, but there is actually a pretty significant differences between these two and bottom.
Yeah, you know what? With their composition, I'm really worried about their chances of stopping these Banes as the game progresses.
Yeah, they do have a builder, which is a plus, but they have one stun hero. And while Preserver would be fairly effective, I think DA, they would want at least one other one.
A very, very nice juke there by House. He charged in at the Banes, but then broke off and forced them to explode on nothing.
They did not explode on nothing, they exploded on Jim.
Oh, did they? Well, I didn't even pay attention to that.
Yeah, they killed somebody.
Well, poor Jim. House at least saved himself.
Yeah, that's the important thing. If you see someone who's going to die, don't try to help them, just leave.
Oh, and House might be... Nope, not quite. He does have enough speed to escape him right there.
Yeah. Alright, so...
So, taking a look at the creep ups right now.
Yeah, I haven't actually done that. 1-1 with the one hero upgrade on Zerg versus 1-1 with one hero. They're keeping even. They've both got the same number of critter farms.
And once again, you know, really important to point out, both teams do have 18 peons right now. We have...
Oh, yeah. Look at this.
18 drones, so that's absolutely crucial.
No one's doing any effective worker harass, so, I mean, that's good.
Looks like SOB trying to take down Sane's queen up top. He does with a successful whirlwind, and looks like he'll be getting out alive.
Did Shane ulti in that one?
I'm not sure. I don't think he did.
Oh, it's odd. Okay.
Sane is actually level 6 right now. So
oh, okay. Dang. I haven't been... Oh, Galil.
If you take a look, Sane has been crittering pretty hard. Dagger is also himself level 6, so they're both about keeping pace with each other. It looks like Ski's Broodlord is going to go ahead and try to take out Dagger's top critter camp. Without a hero up there, there's not going to be much he can do about that.
Yeah. I mean, he does... No, he doesn't even have Repulsion Beam, I imagine. Chrono Boost pylon cannon. Nothing. No offensive capability, so he can't really do anything. He has to wait until...
Yeah, he's going to have to rely on somebody else taking that out, and...
I'd say that would probably be Jim.
I would say Jim. Unfortunately, Jim almost goes down. Blinks away from Static Banes before they explode him on the bottom lane.
Yeah. Oh, and it is lagging. That might be me.
Glorious trying to catch Gallimar's Preserver in the middle. Does not quite have enough damage to take him out.
Oh, wow, okay. Hold on a sec. I might get screwed for a second. Let me...
Stream laggy, Len? Yeah, apparently the stream is laggy.
No,
right
this is laggy right now. That's the problem. Hold on.
Yep. Yeah, you are lagging.
Okay. This is terrible. Sorry about this. I've altered my graphic settings down a little bit, so hopefully that'll help. Jeez. We haven't had a Zerg game yet. This might be why.
That is true. A lot of larva push was happening right then on the top. SOB coming in, trying to whirlwind, clear this out again. A bit risky here because there's a Lurker and Muta up. I'm not sure he's going to be able to get out of this alive.
Are you seeing it? Oh, no, he's not going to get out.
Jim coming in, trying to help. He might try to blink chase the Muta.
Yeah, and down bottom, it looks like that's pretty much done. Down bottom, Static is setting up more forward Niduses. And House, but Nidus gank, oh. Yeah, House is not getting out of that.
It doesn't even matter though, more heroes come out of that Nidus. 4 heroes on him. He was not making that.
He had no chance whatsoever.
Mothership going down. I'm not sure about this mothership. I think I would have waited to try to use it if they pushed into the cannons there.
Yeah. Now we've got a pretty strong push
Yeah,
bottom.
Dagger pushing, overextending way too far right there. Here we go again. At least SOB does stop a hero there, but they're coming in one at a time, and that's just not how you want to
He
play.
really needs... Ooh, and it's too late. He gets dead.
That's going to be 3 heroes for 1 there.
And Jim's there. I hope he doesn't go in there too. I mean, he is a stalker, so he does have a pretty good chance of escaping. But if he gets stun locked, and that's pretty easy with a lurk around. But House comes in.
Oh, unfortunately, House gets stunned just in time to save the mutant.
But, I mean, let's take a look at Team Vision. Team 2 really is somewhat pushed. Although in mid they're losing. They have a creep up disadvantage? No, they have a creep up advantage. Maybe it's just because it's Zerg.
I'm thinking the Preserver probably left the lane a little bit late and thus pushed it a little bit harder.
Yeah.
And now we're going to see Team 2 push pretty much every single lane right here with the creep up advantage and the fact that they're just killing a lot more heroes.
Yeah, they're massacring the heroes. It's really a common theme. It's not... There are not many team fights, I must say. Basically what's happened is that people just get caught out of position by 4 or 5 heroes. This is especially easy against when they're Zerg because they have Nidus Canals. They can just pile out. And yeah, a noob forgot that Nova's not 100. That's been that way for like 5 patches now, Jim. You're noob.
But at the same time, I think we've seen multiple times in each of these games that where there could have been team fights, there just wasn't because the team that was losing was the team that was sending 1 hero into the team, the team at a time.
If they'd taken the time to mass up,
if they would have waited, 10 to 15 seconds to get their other heroes there that were needed, it could have gone differently.
I mean, arguably with this composition, I don't know. They have some very hard hitters, but Stalker's not really that useful as a team fight. They've got DZ and Zeal.
Yeah.
Probe is pretty useless. Galilmar is absolutely necessary because he's the only stun they have.
I wasn't maybe referring to this matchup specifically, maybe the other games more so, but I wouldn't call Probe useless in a team fight, especially when you're getting pushed, because a lot of times, especially early game, they won't have any sort of protection. You pop that mothership, and I mean, it might go down fast, but that's guaranteed that they're going to have to focus that mothership while your heroes can focus on theirs.
Okay, well the mothership would give you some time, but he's level 8 because he is crittering pretty hard. So it's not a very strong mothership. He doesn't have any skills besides Nova.
What I am surprised to see is that, I mean, considering Team 2 was pushed on them so hard for so long, they're not utilizing any of their critter patches, especially the bottom lane, which they've had control of for a very long time.
Yeah, I mean, if you look here, the Ursa's just sitting in the creep. Nothing's going on.
Just enjoying the creep, the benefit that he doesn't get from it.
Yeah. A benefit that something else could if they would build something there. But I imagine they would want somebody to place another Nidus there now so that Shane could get in there. Sane is Larva pushing. I think he's doing this to gain levels because he did get someone under-leveled from crittering so long.
Very likely. And, he can kind of get away with this because his team's creep right now is 2-3, whereas Team 1's is 1-2.
Yeah.
So you don't need... I mean, their heroes are going to be needed elsewhere to hold the lanes.
No one's coming to stop them. Right now you can see all of Team 1's critter farming efforts are concentrated on one patch. There are like 18 zealots and 3 cannons, and they really can't afford to go after any others. They can't get the one with the Broodlord without devoting a hero.
He's the Alamo, and like the Alamo, I'm pretty sure it's going down.
Yeah. I mean, they're just, they don't have enough map vision to really keep control of much more than that. If I were House, I would be storing most of those zealots in the base, so at least you could save them up for the future when you might have the lanes pushed, but at the moment, they really don't.
So Jim, utilizing a pretty common tactic from Stalker, which is Nova, wormholing in and Noving. Stalker recently, in this last change, I guess, really recently, today, took a 25% increase to energy cost and cooldown of his wormhole. So it's good to see that he can still utilize a wormhole Nova technique with level 5 energy.
Mm-hmm. It takes a bit more, and especially now that stat ups do not bring up energy, but
It probably will not be
yeah.
viable to do it every single wave. Sane and I were actually having a conversation about Stalker Nova earlier, and but it's still definitely a good technique.
Ooh, and Dagger's gonna go down. Just not a good place to be.
Yeah, really, right now, any place for Team One heroes is not a good place to be.
Yeah, I mean,
They
pretty
really,
much.
really need to get control of these critter camps again.
Looks like Sane stream cheating too. Ban him, whoever I left as mod, because he put cannons on their side.
Oh, that's absolutely not allowed.
He would not have thought of that if I hadn't mentioned it before. So, let's see. We have 4 heroes bottom. Now, this is something they could use, but they really should keep with it and push, because they need to force some team engagements where they're all together, because that's been their main problem. And they're taking out some Niduses on their side. But really, it's a temporary measure. They're pushing this one lane, but then the other lane will get pushed by Lux and the creep.
If we take a quick look at some of the KDs on the scoreboard, we're going to see that Static is actually 2 and 6.5, and now he might excuse something like he's Banes or something like that, but I really don't think that's,
Yeah,
a good for him to be so negative right now.
that's not that great.
Yeah,
But
I
level-wise, he's doing pretty damn well for someone who wasn't soloing mid. You notice the 2 people who solo mid are level 20, but he's level
yeah,
17.
personally, I would expect, as Banes, him to be around positive 20 at least by now.
Positive 20
Yeah, kills.
kills. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it is really that easy to get kills as Banes. Banes are quite good.
yeah.
I'm surprised he doesn't have Broodlings on him. He has cellular life.
These are more along the lines of like Yao stats.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Static, but you are actually being compared to Yao right now.
Okay, so we do see that one little glimmer of hope is Team One has really kind of retained a push in mid for a lot of the game.
Damn.
Yao getting caught out of position, unfortunately.
Yeah.
SOBs have to probably get out of there. He does warp out. Their top lane is being pushed down a little bit by Team Two. The Alamo is starting to get broken.
No. They've still got. They've still got zealots. It's okay.
And no team taking the expansion. For some reason, in in-houses, you really don't see it happen a lot.
No. Well, hell, you don't even see it happen that much in any game. I'm surprised at it, because I used to do it all the time, and it does get you a lot of minerals. I don't know why I stopped. But
yeah, same way.
I guess, No, I can't really think of a reason. They just don't. I would suggest you guys do if you play games.
So Team 2 is completely creep up except for anti-hero now. If Team 2 were to force a team fight right now, it's really going to go in their favor. Even if they, as long as they break even, or maybe even if they lose just a little bit, I mean, at the end of that team fight, or sometime during that team fight, the other heroes are going to be forced to cover, the 2 lanes that, the fight's not occurring at. So.
Interesting. Galilamar is stepping in and helping upgrade the creeps as well, because Dagger's unable to farm everything.
Yeah, and it's not surprising. He's been solo mid for quite a long time. He's actually, I think he was probably level 20 before anybody else. I'm not sure about Ski.
Yeah, Ski was behind him. Oh, jeez. He's not getting out of that. Oh, he did. Never mind. I'm not sure how that happened. Ski must have not had hold fire on. Have hold fire on if you want to kill somebody. It's useful. But, let's see. It looks like they're getting pushed pretty hard mid now that 2 of their heroes have had to go back. Ski. Let's see. Sane is level 13 and Dagger is level 11. So Sane is starting to get back. Is starting to get a slight lead. I'm surprised it isn't higher, to be honest. What do you think is the reason for that, Oli?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking to Bob, trying to figure out if your stream's still lagging. Apparently, I'm quiet, but that doesn't surprise us because we did run into that trouble before we started streaming.
Yeah. Let me check something.
Also, I just don't normally pay attention to what you say on, a pretty typical basis, so.
All right. I set my mic level somehow crept back up. It should be fine now. So that'll help out. But anyway, how do you think, Sane has been able to push mid so often, and Dagger's been pretty much stuck back here trying to rebuild all those critter farms, and yet he's only really 2 levels behind Sane.
Well, you know what? I really haven't seen Sane doing a whole lot. He's been swinging around a lot with uh, his larva around the map, and he doesn't have any creep spread. And actually, he
Ooh.
goes down in mid in a sort of a small little engagement between the teams.
And Lux,
SOB kind of getting caught.
yeah,
Lux, fortunately, not going to have the energy to keep him stunned there.
yeah, it's pretty hard to gank a DZ or a Stalker.
Yeah, I mean, with the queen rotating around the map so much, without any creep spread, I'm not even sure if he has movement speed yet. I mean, he's going to be really slow getting to and from the lanes, whereas Dagger is going to get to the lanes quite a bit faster as Probe.
Yeah, true.
And Dagger actually also has movement speed.
Hmm. Let's see. This game is actually starting to go a little bit better for
Yeah.
Team
Well, like
1.
we said, Zerg pretty strong early game, uh, especially against Toss. And once Nova starts coming in play, especially Nova,
Yeah, then creeps become kind of a non-factor, although that new change to anti-hero ups does give you 3 levels. You can get up to 60% damage reduction on your creeps.
yeah,
So,
and that's a considerable amount, especially versus Toss. I mean, their heroes are already quite, or not heroes, their creep is already quite tanky.
yeah. Toss with 3 levels of anti-hero will literally... Well, I don't know, because spell scale is setups now, too, so I can't say that Nova won't kill them.
Yeah, it's hard to say. There's
There's...
going to be a lot of this patch that we don't quite know yet
Yep.
until we start experience playing ourselves. String and I have not uh, gotten to play any yet,
Well, I
so
mean, speak for yourself. I played one.
I forgot that you did play as a Nidus or something.
No,
I
I
don't
played
know.
as a Fester, and
Oh, yeah, you played for like
yeah, I
15
played for
minutes.
like 15 minutes just to check if the game was working, and it was, and then I
If,
did some math, killed a few people, and left. You know.
hey, String did math, guys. He's already getting better at the game.
Yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good already. I don't need to be better.
So it looks like Team 1 has started to reclaim a lot of their critter camps. They're only missing, I think, one right now,
Yeah, they're
and
missing the
that's
Ursa,
Ursa. Um,
but that lane's getting pushed by Dagger, and he's also getting valuable experience from that.
I'm surprised that Static has not tried to hit any buildings yet. What level is he?
He should be level
He's
20.
level 20 now.
Yeah. Um, I
I
mean,
mean,
the Banelings
we
did get the nerf to building damage, but I mean, at level 20, you can pretty much one-shot them almost anyway.
it will still be a considerable amount.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, just by him going in there, or fake going in there, he could lure out some protective barrier purchases.
You know, I would honestly go so far as to say Static is kind of... Ooh, what was that?
I'm not sure.
Static has kind of turned into a non-factor. Like, he was crushing House in the lane because Banelings are very good laners, but now he's just not doing much because he doesn't have stuns, he doesn't really kill heroes instantly anymore, and he hasn't been backdooring, so he's not really scaring them like he should be.
Yeah, we'll see. That might all change pretty soon.
I can imagine
Sometimes,
so.
sometimes people get the mentality that if they're pushing, they don't need to backdoor. But sometimes that's actually the best time for the Banes to go in when the other team can't see it coming.
Yeah, because you have map vision and they can't stop you. Lux gets...
And if we take a look at the team's map visions right now, real quick, between Team 1 and Team 2, there's
So,
actually not that much of a difference.
yeah, it's actually fairly even. Team 1 has some obs vision over the other side, and Team 2 has a little bit of vision on their side up top.
Now, you might be wondering, you're not seeing the op towers get taken. Well, on Desert Canyon,
They don't
very, very
do
difficult.
much.
Yeah, very difficult to hold these op towers, and they're really not that crucial as the game progresses.
I mean, Sane could send a larva to each one, I
Yeah,
suppose. They
good,
aren't...
but it would probably get wiped
Yeah,
out
it would
quite
get
quickly.
killed. It would get killed by accident, because
You
people
might
would
have
just
already done
Nova
so.
it.
We do see the exploding beetles getting used right now.
Whoa.
Very, very.
This is odd. Are they going in for... Is Static coming around for a backdoor? I don't see him.
He is on the bottom lane, but it doesn't look like it. I'm not really sure about why they did this, because obviously the creep wave is spawning right then.
Static is coming, but I mean, he should have been a
There
bit
is the
more in
there was. I
position.
mean, with that much warning, I'm also surprised that there was no protective barrier called in. Static is in the base. He is trying to finish the buildings. He does get 2 and weakens the other 2 quite a bit. Still, during that whole 20, 30 seconds we had there, we didn't see. Oh, we did see a protective barrier go down. It looks like, but it looks like maybe they lured it a while ago because it's on cooldown right now.
Hmm.
Not really sure.
Well,
I
let's take a
didn't
look at
quite
the.
get.
It's on quite a bit of cooldown. It must have been done far a bit earlier. And
Yeah, I'm
then,
not really sure. Maybe static did do a bait and we didn't quite see it in time. I'm not sure.
yeah, might have been.
But anyway, that is. Looks like Team One has opted to rebuild that building fairly quickly. Kind of surprised by that because they are against Banelings and he could have gotten there quite quickly and sniped that rebuild.
Yeah, I would not have rebuilt the buildings quite so fast, simply because
Yeah,
the lane was
might
already
have.
pushed. You can't really
You might
stop them if they wanted to kill it.
you might have wanted to get a few more cannons up around the base, try to fortify it before you went for that rebuild.
Yeah. But
And that's
looks like he's not being punished for it, so...
yeah. And Sane is going to go ahead and try to do a little bit of crittering on their side. They're trying to shut down their patches once more. And with all the creep ups up, like accounted for both teams, you might be wondering why. Well, I mean,
You can still get a
especially
lot.
even with spell scaling now. I mean, even the casters.
Yeah. I mean, if I were Sane or Dagger, I
Sorry,
would probably feed someone.
apparently the audio is messed up right now, and I sound like a robot, or both of us. Just me. Uh, Go ahead,
That's your...
tab out, and recall me into Skype.
Alright, got you. Alright, you there?
All right, hopefully it's working now. We're going to see here in about, I don't know, 10, 15 seconds, however long the delay is.
Yeah. I don't hear you, robot, but hey. Alright, so, back to the game. Looks like Static might be going in for another explode. He already knows where the buildings are, so what is he... What?
Um, there could
He
have been a little bit
has...
of mothership lag there. Maybe he was making sure he got Dagger.
Maybe, but it would have been more valuable to get the buildings. Dagger's respawn time is pretty low compared to everyone else. It's not really
Well,
worth killing
he
him.
is level 13, and the Banes are going to get back super quickly. Taking out the Builder might really end
Maybe.
up worth more buildings than... Oh, nice! He freaking sniped the building
Oh, and the protective shield goes down
barrier
just late.
right before the
Oh,
barrier.
that's gotta sting. That has gotta sting.
Yeah, like we were saying at the beginning of the game, they really don't have any great counters to Banelings
Yeah.
in their composition.
And if there's Banelings on a team, you've got to counter them. You can't just make a... Ooh. That was kind of wasted. But you can't just make a team composition and against Banelings unless you're actually prepared for them.
Well, either way, you're going to, like we said, people are wondering why I say you're going to want a DT in your Protoss compositions, because he's one of the best offensive and defensive spellcasters in the game, and he's got a great DPS.
Yeah.
He
So,
is he's maybe not like a super great counter to Banes, but with Swap Stun and Vortex, I mean, it's going to be better than a Preserver and the Zealot like we're seeing right now.
alright,
Not to
well,
mention, of course, not to mention the DA.
they're slowly getting picked apart. So what Team 1 really needs to do is get their own backdoors. Now, I don't have map vision, but
Now, there have been some backdoors going on. If you look up at
Oh!
T2's base,
How did I miss that? Oh, damn.
and they have been fairly effective, but uh, I don't know. I mean, unless they answer these Banes, I do think that we're going to see Sane start to probably larva block the ramps and basically cannon up around the base.
Oh,
And
another 4 buildings go down on
yeah,
Team 1.
I mean, like I said, unless Team One opts for an all-in backdoor, which I think that they could possibly pull off.
They could pull it off, yeah.
You consider they do have high DPS from the DZ and the Z-Lot.
Have they taken out 4 buildings yet? It looks like they've taken out at least 3.
Yeah, I
It wouldn't
mean,
take them long to bring one down, but it looks like Sane's just going to sit on defense and let
we do
Static
see
end the
that
game.
we do see that SOB is coming in right now,
Ooh, jeez. 2 more buildings.
and the larva is not around to block.
And of
SOB, yeah, they have
course,
taken the building. He's going for the main. Oh, there is no lurker in base. Pretty much once you hit the stage of the game where you have a backdoor
Jim is
hero coming
here,
from the base.
and oh, he's gonna.
Uh, and again,
Oh, wow, wow, nice ending.
very good job
Very
by
good.
Team 1 salvage that game.